What up, y'all? It's the Sports Mix. Big Kenny in the building. Solo, but had to come on tonight, man. There's a lot of hot news in the city tonight. So I just wanted to come on right quick and talk to my peoples, see how y'all feeling about all this news that's popping off with our quarterback, our QB1, Lamar Jackson. So y'all got bad with me. I'm not in my luxurious studios tonight. I'm chilling. I'm at the I'm in my house, but I'm not where I usually do the show at. So my lighting is a little different. My setup is a little different. But I just wanted to come on tonight and chat with the folks a little bit. So I made a video a little earlier today, and I said I thought that the Ravens would do the exclusive tag and try to work a deal out. That was my thinking. That was my thinking earlier. But I guess, at 3 o'clock or a little before, the news was announced that they went with the non-exclusive tag, which gives Lamar the opportunity to shop around for a deal, and possibly get traded. Since the beginning, I've been Team Lamar. You know what I'm saying? I've been Team Lamar Jackson. I've been saying since he won the MVP in 2019 that they should have offered him some money at that point. You extend them at that point. Number one, it don't cost as much. You know what I'm saying? Number two, you could have extended them out another 4 or 5 years. We wouldn't have to worry about this situation till maybe 26, 27 from that point. But, the Ravens, for whatever reason, chose not to take that approach. And as it got closer, the ball was in Lamar's court. We know that the Ravens win more games when he plays. It's on record. They score damn near 10 more points a game when he plays. So, I'm hearing all of the news now and all of the people with opinions, and everybody entitled to their opinion. I'm cool with that. The big thing, one thing I take away from it, a lot of the people that's ready to get rid of Lamar, these were the same people that didn't want him in the first place. These were the same people that said, he was a flash in the pan, a gimmick quarterback. He couldn't do nothing but run. All of the negativity. A lot of people was upset the way Flacco was dismissed from the team. You name it, they came up with it. They had their reasoning. So now, and now the thing is he injury prone. He get injured the end of last year, and then he get injured at the end of this past season. He missed the game, so now he injury prone. Now for a running quarterback, this guy got injured in the pocket, trying to make plays from the pocket, from where a lot of people say he couldn't. Right? So I just want to make sure we clear on a lot of this stuff. We do a lot of narrative changing when it comes to different things. The proverbial moving of the goal line, right? So he doesn't deserve to get paid 45, 50 million per. Show me somewhere where he said exactly what he's looking for. That's the first thing. every speculation about what he's asking for and what he wanted came from somebody in the media that wasn't him or his team. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of negativity being spewed around when it comes to this kid. I've never seen a team with a young quarterback, a young proven quarterback, just turn their back and say, well, we're not going to be able to pay him. That never happens. That never happens in this league. This league is built around quarterbacks. This league is built around quarterbacks. And when you find one, you take care of them. When you find one, you take care of them. So what this is saying to me, sometimes you got to look at it for what it is. I'm a Lamar Jackson fan. I'm a Ravens fan. You know what I'm saying? But from where I sit, I don't think the Ravens value Lamar Jackson as much as, somebody in a position with a quarterback problem, with a 26-year-old quarterback that's proven in this league. This should have never got this far if he was the guy they wanted. I said it a couple of weeks ago. I'm gonna say it again. Ozzie Newsome drafted Lamar Jackson. You know what I'm saying? Ozzie Newsome drafted Lamar Jackson. In sports, there's this thing, man, rightly or wrongly, people want to have their own guys. Now, I don't know what the relationship is between Eric DeCosta and Lamar Jackson, but I just know since 1996, since the Ravens been in Baltimore, when you got a first round draft pick that proved himself, whether they became all pro or they made the Pro Bowl or whatever, but they were legitimate players at their position. The Ravens have always taken care of them guys after their rookie deal. Always. Always. Name me a guy that after their rookie contract that didn't get paid a second contract in Ravens history. Name me one. And we had some Hall of Famers. We had Hall of Fame players. Ray Lewis, Ogden, Ed Reed, Suggs. Them guys got second contracts. So all of a sudden, Lamar is he costs too much. You know what I'm saying? If you want the guy, you're gonna figure it out. You're gonna figure it out. So again, the goal line keep getting moved. Look at his playoff record. What was Peyton Manning playoff record before they finally won a Super Bowl? Right? Aaron Rodgers got one Super Bowl. I mean, come on, man. He's a these guys are Hall of Famers, right? But what have they done in the playoffs and in the Super Bowl? You know what I'm saying? So don't give me his playoff record is poor. He been injured the last 2 years. You get injured, man. You're playing football. Injuries happen. You play. This is football. This is not baseball. It's not golf. It's a contact sport, man. Injuries happen. So, so now he got the ability to go out and get a deal, or at least get a team to come to agreement to a deal that he may or may not agree with. Now we're going to see. Now we're going to see. So I've seen some people saying, they think it's some collusion going on. The owners then got together, and they like, yo, we're not going to pay out no more large guaranteed contracts. So somebody got to be the guinea pig. That's speculation. But, to say that the NFL owners don't collude with one another and do things that they want to get done, yeah, tell me, I got some desert land to sell you if you believe they don't do that. They're about the league. They're about themselves. So if they trying to send a message and we need somebody to send the message to, we're gonna pick this guy that's earned a contract. What the dollar amount is debatable. The dollar amount is debatable. But you show me another team that had a 26-year-old quarterback proven in this league that they let walk after his rookie deal. Show me one team that's done that. Show me one team that's done that. And I'll wait. I'll wait. Because it don't happen. It does not happen. So, we can scream about the money. We can talk about the injuries. We can talk about all these little things, that they sound good when we arguing it, when we writing about it, and when we debating. All that stuff sound good. At the end of the day, this is business. This is the NFL is a big business. And like I said in my video earlier, the NFL has figured out how to market themselves 24/7, 365 days a year. Fan engagement is through the roof. Whether it be through fantasy sports, through just all of the NFL network and all of the information and all of this media and bloggers and podcasters like myself, people that claim they have information, what I'm saying, and they putting this information out. So we as fans begin to believe I heard it from this place. I heard it from that place. Everybody got their sources. Everybody got their sources. Let me see what's the not one. So let me put this one up. So, and I can't see who made the comments. I apologize. I like to give y'all credit, when y'all are commenting on my stuff. But so the comment said not one has offered that mega guarantee, and this will wind up in court. If not, Lamar's contract will be the next QB up. We're going to see. We're going to see, man. This is an interesting situation. You know what I'm saying? Because like I just look at it like this. Whatever the number is, whatever the number is, you are in a much better position team-wise if you create a long-term deal. You keep playing with this salary cap. The franchise tag. That's the number. So whether it's the non-exclusive, whether it's the exclusive, if he signs to that contract, that's the number. So if he did a long-term deal, and I've said it here before, if he did a long-term deal, the numbers you can play with. You could give him a nice little bonus. You can make the money small the first year, and gradually increase it. And if you're balling out toward the end, you restructure that thing. Well, players, man, we got this narrative now that Lamar's selfish. It's all about him. He want to get paid. Who don't want to get paid? Who don't go into a negotiation trying to get the best deal that you can get? Who doesn't? When we go to the car dealer, we try to go in there and come out of there with the best deal that we can get. When we go to buy a house, we try to get the best deal that we can get. When you looking for a job, you negotiate the best salary that you can get. We all got a number. You know what I'm saying? We all have a number. We all have a value on if a service we provide, a house you're trying to buy, whatever it is. Everybody got a number. And if you don't get your number at this house, we'll buy another one. If I don't get my number with this car dealer, I'll go to another one. So what are we talking about really? He doesn't deserve this kind of money or that kind of money. Who are we to say what anybody deserve? Right? Who are we to say that? Oh, well, he going to handicap the team. We don't know what he's trying to get. All we know is what people are speculating. Now, let's talk about this. We talking about injury prone, right? You know, Dak Prescott got his money after an injury, right? Deshaun Watson got his money after he hadn't played for 2 years, and he had some character issues. What are the character issues with Lamar Jackson? Now everybody want to say he quit on his team. He injury prone now. He always hurt. Tell you, man. Sometimes, I'd rather somebody just tell me they don't want me than to give me all these excuses. You know what I'm saying? Just tell me, you know what, Lamar, I'd rather you not. I'd rather you not. I'd rather us not even get into this thing and just move on. I would handle that thing a whole lot better. And I wish I knew who was making these comments because I can't see your name. He fell asleep in meetings. See, again, we come up with all this stuff, whether it's true or not. That stuff take a life of its own. You know what I'm saying? It take on a life of its own. Show me what they do on Sundays. Show me the film from Sunday. Cause I don't really care what going on during the week. It's not my job to know what happened Monday through Friday at the castle. You know what I'm saying? That ain't my business. I'm a fan of the games. I like the games. So I don't really care about all of this little stuff. But this is what happened. This is what happens in negotiation, especially when they get to this point where they get ugly. People start making up stuff. These little narratives start coming out. All of this little negative stuff about Lamar Jackson gonna start hitting the streets. While he wasn't this and he fall asleep in meetings and now it's gonna be he come late and he be unprepared. All of that stuff that it wasn't. It was good. It was good when they was winning and the ratings was up and the merch was selling and the stadium was full every other week. When they at home, it's all good then. But now the brother trying to get paid, trying to get his money, and this is what we do. And so it's a lot of things at play. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of things at play here. We like to talk about. Well, he don't have an agent. If he had an agent, he's not the first person to not have an agent. You know what I'm saying? Let's get that out the way. Having an agent is not necessary in sports. I'm sure he has representation. I'm sure he has people that's helping advise them through the process. I don't think they're going. Uh, I don't think they're going. Just him and his mom, and they don't have nobody helping them with this situation. I don't believe that. You know what I'm saying? Then you hear people talking about, well, he if he had an agent, he would have more endorsement deals, and he would. I mean, how do y'all know what he even wants? What if he don't want the endorsements? And it's not a crime not to want that. But we just speculating. We just speculating because number one, Lamar don't really talk. He not somebody that's he don't really be on social media talking and telling his business like that. We really don't know what this kid want. But what it is we want him to want what we want him to want. We want him to be what we want him to be. You know what I'm saying? And you know, oh Rodney, big Rodney, what's up, brother? For sure, there's some undercurrent of racial undercurrent there, brother. Because remember, let me take it back a couple years. So remember, and this don't even have nothing to do with sports, but this is a business move. Remember when Monique, the comedian, went on Steve Harvey's show, and they had the big debate about why she wasn't getting certain money, and she wasn't getting certain opportunities. She felt like she was blackballed in certain instances, and Steve Harvey, talking about uh, it ain't about fair. It's the money game. I don't know exactly. I'm not quoting exactly what he said, but he talked about the money game. And when you playing the money game, you gotta uh you almost gotta put a mask on, not be who you are to make the money people comfortable. Right. So it's like Monique, you can't you and your husband can't go in there huffing and puffing and screaming and demanding different things, right? Y'all can't do that. It's a way to do that. It's a way to go get your money. You got to humble yourself to get your money. So who was this kid? 26. You know what I'm saying? He don't speak great English. That's not a crime, as far as I know. He wear dread or braids in his hair. He wear the big gold chains. He got this image. He hang around with 21 Savage, and you know what I'm saying. He come from the hood, and he's not painting that picture of what QB1 supposed to look like. Get a haircut. Speak better English, right? All of the things that don't have a thing to do with what happens on Sunday. But when it's about standing up in front and representing this team and being one of the faces of the league, and you representing the shield, they want that to be a certain thing. They want that to be, somebody that make everybody comfortable, rightly or wrongly. That's part of it. That's part of the thing, man. And so this kid, he fighting for his life right now. He fighting for his life. And he doing it, and he not saying a word to the public. He not on social media every day crying and complaining about it's not fair. They not treat me right. He's not saying nothing. All of the stuff that's being said is being said by people either on the inside of that castle or people on the outside that think they know what they're talking about. Until I hear Lamar Jackson and his mom or anybody that's representing them in any way make a statement about the contract demands, about uh, wanting to be in Baltimore or not, I think it's all cap. It's all cap. It's all cap. And I got to the point where I really had to stop reading it because some of these people, with some of the comments that I read don't even make sense. Some of the comments I read don't even make sense. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of it is personal. And like I said earlier, a lot of the people that want Lamar Jackson gone right now were the same people that cried and complained about him coming in toward the end of his first season when he benched Flacco. They didn't want him then. When they drafted him, they didn't want him. So, all of this, the city been divided. Man, come on, cut the crap. The city divided now. The city been divided. The Ravens fans been divided. Let me say that. The Ravens fans been divided. People talking about the Ravens can't afford them. Listen, you can afford exactly what you want. You can afford exactly what you want. When Joe Flacco bet on himself, didn't take the offer in the beginning of 2012, and if y'all look at his 2012 season, that wasn't nothing real spectacular about what he did this season. The season numbers was pedestrian. They backed into the playoffs that year, but they won the Super Bowl. He bet on himself. They won the Super Bowl, and he played lights out in the playoffs. They won the Super Bowl, but there was no problem paying that man what he asked for. So don't tell me, because the salary cap goes up every year. The NFL is not giving away money. They're not giving no money back. They make more and more money off TV deals, off advertisements every year. So don't tell me what they can't afford. You're going to pay for what you want. You're going to pay for what you want. Straight like that. And I watch sports my whole life. I've been watching sports my entire life. And I've seen people make some extremely, extremely great money. You know what I'm saying? And they were not the faces of the leagues and all of this type of stuff. They weren't MVPs of the league. Great players, but people have made some incredible money. So when people talk about the Ravens can't afford this and the salary cap that, it'll be a crutch to the salary cap, and we're not gonna be able to afford those other players. Nonsense. Every NFL team has a capologist. They got a guy that his whole job is to work the cap. If Steve Bisciotti went to that man tonight and said, "Listen, I'm going to pay this man I need you to make it work." And you know what? They're going to sit down, they're going to crunch them numbers, and they're going to make it work. They're going to make it work. Now, if Steve Bisciotti not on board, then it's not going to get done. But again, show me a team with a young star quarterback that's proven in the NFL that got traded or moved on because the team didn't want to pay him. Show me one. I mean, I'm thinking back. I can't think of one. I can't think of one. You know, you might say Drew Brees. Drew Brees wasn't that guy when he was in San Diego. He wasn't. That's why they drafted Phillip Rivers, because he wasn't that guy. And then he went on to New Orleans and had a great career. But I can't think of one. I mean, I'm thinking 49ers let Joe Montana go, winner of 4 Super Bowls, and they kept Steve Young, the younger guy. You know, Steve got one. But I just saw Joe Montana, a quote from him saying, he had some gas left in the tank. A proven winner. What would have happened had he stayed in Frisco? And maybe they moved Steve Young on. I don't know. Joe was a little older. Joe was a little older. He wasn't 20 anything at that point. He was in his 30s. But he still had some productive years with Kansas City. But nobody can tell me. You're not going to convince me one way or the other. You can talk salary cap. You can talk all this stuff that you want. What I'm starting to believe, until a deal get done, unless a deal get done, the Ravens don't want this kid for whatever reason. Now, if there's some things behind the scenes we don't know, and they're not sharing with the public, that's one thing. But if that's the case, they should have moved him way before this point. It should have never got to this point. It should have never got this point. Somebody said it's disrespectful. It is disrespectful. It's totally disrespectful. Because when y'all was selling tickets, when you were selling merchandise, when that stadium was filled up every week, you know what I'm saying? When they having events and people coming out to see the Ravens and the players are going out representing the team, everything is all good. Everything is all good at that point. But again, you don't see this kid on social media where he got access to millions of people every day picking up his phone and saying little things about the Ravens, the Ravens. He's not doing none of that. You don't hear a peep out of Lamar Jackson or his representation. Nothing. But all you hear is a bunch of talking heads every other day, or every day really, talking about, he should go to this team. That team should trade for him. A bunch of this, a bunch of that. Nothing of real substance. And then a lot of the stuff they end up saying end up being some cat, some bull. It'd be some BS, man. It'd be some BS. But we so starved for information. It really don't matter where it come from. If it get printed, if it get put on ESPN, if it start getting hits on Twitter and Facebook and all these social media, if it get passed around enough, people start to believe it. People start to believe it, whatever it is. So, again, I think this whole thing is some BS. It should never get to this. In a league where having a quarterback is the most important player on any football team. The most important player on any football team is having a quarterback. People in Baltimore should know that. If nobody know how important having a quarterback is, people in Baltimore that claim to be Ravens fans should know that. If you've been a Ravens fan since the beginning, and I know some younger people that thank God they wasn't around for them early years, but some of the quarterbacks that we had, Scott Mitchell, Stoney Case, Tony Banks. You know what I'm saying? We didn't have some names at quarterback. we won a Super Bowl with Trent Dilfer. Trent Dilfer was the number one draft pick, right? Didn't work out for him in Tampa Bay. So he basically came here to be a backup and hopefully get a shot. And he got here. We had the greatest defense, arguably, that was ever in the NFL. So all Trent had to do was manage the damn show. He didn't just don't F it up. You know what I'm saying? Don't F it up. When you got a defense to tell you, man, get us 10 points. 10 points. And we got in the game over. Score one touchdown in this game over. So what did Trent Dilfer have to do other than hand the ball off to Jamal Lewis, hit Shannon Sharp on occasion, Stokely. Come on, man. Come on, man. The Kyle Bowler years. I mean, come on. We talking about an organization that just wanted a quarterback. And now, we got Flacco. Flacco was a good quarterback. You know what I'm saying? I don't have nothing bad to say about Joe Flacco. I think at the end, he was here probably 2-3 years too long. His production, his most productive days was over. And 2 or 3 years we waited for him to be productive, and it was bad. And they went and drafted this kid, who nobody thought would be a good quarterback in the NFL. Let's not forget that. Nobody felt that he was going to be even a quarterback. I mean, people telling him he should be a running back. He should be a wide receiver. Switch position. I don't know. It's frustrating. It's frustrating as a fan because the goal line is continually getting moved. The goal line continually gets moved. They tell you, having a quarterback is the primary thing. Once you got a quarterback, then you build around it. Got a 26-year-old quarterback. I done said it about 100 times. This kid is 26, a young quarterback, and we are talking about we going through this stuff about whether he should get paid or he shouldn't. Ronnie said, "This is how you know sports journalists are full of bull. They don't have the contacts and they make up stories to suit their narrative." Exactly. Rodney, check this out. I used to listen to John Thompson's radio show back in the early 2000s when I was working in D.C. And Big John said it. He said, when we don't have the story we want, we start to make things up until we get the story we want. And ever since I heard that, and it was around that time when I really started listening to a lot of sports talk radio. And I was listening, and you just start to hear a lot of these guys give their opinions on situations. They don't really know, uh, 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 a lot of the inside information that we think they know. A lot of times they hear it from somebody else. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's almost like, remember the game we played in school when the teacher line you up and she'd tell the first student one thing, and then you go around the classroom telling the next person, and by the time we get to the end, the story didn't change. It's a total different story. That's what's going on, man. That's what happened a lot of time with this sports stuff, sports journalism and all that stuff. To me, I particularly like shows where you got information from people that been there, because they were more genuine. You know what I'm saying? I ran into Baltimore Colts legend. Oh man, what is that guy's name? He passed away. Art Donovan, about it's early 2000s. I ran into him I used to go to a First Mariner Bank on York Road. Every week I got paid, I used to go to York Road, cash my check, take care of my business. So when I was coming out of the bank, I noticed he was sitting in the car parked next to my truck. I spoke to him. He spoke back. Real nice guy. We end up having a conversation. He told me he liked the color of my van at the time. He said, "You got a nice van. I like that color. It's a pretty color." And we laughed, and I talked to him. So I just, start asking him some football questions. And I asked him. I said, "Do you watch the game, man? You still like watching it?" He said, "Nah, I don't watch it." He said, "I love the game." He said, "But them owners ain't worth, you know." And he basically said, you know, the owners don't do enough to protect the players. They just all about the bottom line. Now this is somebody that came from an era when players didn't really make a lot of money. They made money on the side. They made money outside of the sport. A lot of them guys had to work jobs during the off season, all that stuff. But that's something that stuck with me. In the early 2000s, he still had that opinion, that the owners weren't all what they cracked up to be. And if you look at an NFL roster, of course, the minimums are going up. But there's not a lot of guys on the NFL team that's making millions of dollars. You got your top guys, your skilled guys, they're gonna make some money. But a lot of these other guys, monies are not like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's a catch 22. If you really look at sport, and like I had somebody else explain to me, sports, we love sports because we love them as kids. We love football, we love basketball, we love baseball, golf, whatever. Whatever your sport. We as fans love the sport. The business of sports, if you just got caught up in the business of sport, it'll turn you off. It'll turn you away from sport. Like it make you really don't even want to watch it. That's why I hear a lot of people talk about, they don't like this or that because the game is fixed. Feel like everything is fixed. It feel like, sports is rigged. I wouldn't even doubt it, man. With the kind of money that's on the line with sports, the NFL is a multi-billion-dollar industry, multi-billions. Oh man, so you talking about billionaires that own these teams. If it's gonna make me some money to ensure that this team might win the Super Bowl, them winning the Super Bowl is good for all of us. You can't tell me that these billionaires not having them kind of conversations. They decide where the Super Bowl is going to be every year because we need to go where we're going to make the most money. You know what I'm saying? We need to go where we all going to benefit the most. So again, you got billionaires, and we pitting millionaires against billionaires, right? We're pitting millionaires against billionaires, and people that's got some thousands of dollars, some hundreds of dollars, are siding with these billionaires. Make it make sense for me. Make it make sense. I'm for the players, man. If get all the money you can get for as long as you can get it. You can't play football for 25 years. Tom Brady is an alien. You know, You don't see 20-year NFL careers like that. 10 years, some 10-year guys are Hall of Famers. But 20 years, he's an alien. He's a guy that's not even in the conversation. He's just a different cat. But we talking about a 26-year-old is trying to get his second contract. He played his rookie contract. Team made all his money off this kid. You know, again, merchandise. That stadium is packed every week. When the team shows up to events, people are coming out. They spending money at these establishments. It's all good. It's all good at that point. But the young kid, now all of a sudden, we want to talk about, well, he only 1-3 in the playoffs. And, he been hurt the last couple years. And, all them number 8 jerseys in the stands and all of the merchandise we selling around the city. We ain't worried about that. This kid want to get paid $45 to $50 million a year. He not worth that to us. That's what I take from it. Unless they come up with a deal and he signed, then I'll look at it different. But again, if you ask me, it should have never got to this point. It should have never got to this point. In 2019, when he won the MVP, they should have came to him with the most money they could have came to him with at that time, offered him an extension, signed him, and got it out the way. Like Fat Joe said, yesterday's price is not today's price. The price is only going to keep going up. And then you got guys that's getting deals. Daniel Jones got a deal. My man out in Seattle got a deal. And they got guaranteed money. But, again, we don't know what Lamar Jackson is asking for. All we know is what people are speculating. So they speculating he want the contract talks should start with Deshaun Watson. It's just crazy. This whole stuff is crazy to me. It's crazy. It's crazy to me. 45 million. Let's just say, rather than wanting a 5-6 year deal at 250, right? He could have did a 3-year deal at 150. 3 years, 150, 160. But we don't know, again, we don't know what this kid is asking for. All we know is what's being reported. And when they come out with the reports, a lot of reports are coming out to be some nonsense. So, the Ravens put the smaller tag on them, the non-exclusive tag. It was guaranteed like $32 million if he signs it. If I'm Lamar, I don't sign it. I wouldn't sign it. And I know he got until, well, he can take his time. He ain't got to sign it until he can sit out the year if he want. But I don't know, man. I just need to get that off my chest and speak my little piece. I know the Ravens don't give a damn about my opinion, but I'm just like everybody else out here, with a podcast, with a blog. We give our opinions, and you like them or you don't, but it's all good. It's all good for me. But I'm gonna keep my eyes on it. I'm gonna keep my ears to the ground. See what's happening with this situation. You know, um, we're gonna see. So I think the the league year starts next week, where other teams had the opportunity to make offers to Lamar. So we're gonna see. We're gonna see what happens. We're gonna see if other teams step up, make offers to him. He can sign a tender with another team. Ravens gonna have the opportunity to either match or set up a trade. So we'll find out, really in the next few weeks, and for sure, you'll hear a lot before draft time. That's where a lot of teams like to kind of get themselves set up for the next season. So around draft day, I'm predicting. If he can't find a suitor, where they can come up with some kind of deal that he's going to sign, and then the Ravens may trade for him. I see this kid sitting out until it makes sense to him, and it is what it is. And again, it's the business of sport. That's why people say don't fall in love with the teams. Don't fall in love with the players. Fall in love with the team, because the players change. Remember they used to always talk about players leaving to get more money, and we was making players look like they was criminals. Oh, they left us. He ran and got the bag. So now you got a player that's potentially trying to stay here to get the bag, but team don't want him. Team don't want to give him the bag. So you know, show me you want me. Show me the money. What's that movie back in the day? Cuba Gooding. Show me the money. Show me the money, man. Show me the money. So I'm ready to wrap it up for tonight. Thank y'all for tuning in. Seen a couple people tuned in, man. Appreciate y'all for real, for y'all support. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the Sports Mix on YouTube. You can also follow me on Twitch. You know what I'm saying? We over on Twitch now. So, you can go to Twitch, follow me over there. You know, let me see. What is all this? I'm in here hitting stuff. But anyway, you can follow me on Twitch, on YouTube. We got a Facebook page, the Sports Mix 2021 Facebook group. Got an IG page, got a Twitter. We want all things social. Man, so thank y'all again for tuning in. Let me know what y'all think about this whole Lamar situation, man. How y'all really feel about it? You know, um, how y'all feel about this Lamar Jackson situation? What y'all think about the whole franchise tag and all the stuff that's going on? And I can tell you, pay attention for the next couple of weeks, because I just believe between the league year starting, I think next week, and the NFL draft, which is in April, if nothing happens at that point, I would raise some red flags, some major red flags. I would raise at that point, and I'm gonna be really talking about it. If something don't get done in between the league year start and the NFL draft, yeah, it's going. I'm calling some BS on some stuff. So again, man, y'all follow my pages. We got them on the scroll at the bottom there. We on YouTube at the Sports Mix 21. We on Twitter, KDub33. Facebook, the Sports Mix 2021 group. IG, the Sports Mix 2021. Twitch, the Sports Mix. And if you want to support, hit that Cash App. $ KWIL 33. KWIL 33. So, man, I'm about to sign off. Go chill for the rest of the night. But y'all have a great night, man. Enjoy. Let's see what's going to happen with this Raven situation with Lamar Jackson. See if that man going to get his money. Peace.